Hi friends, I'm Reverend Leanne Armstrong and this is Gimme 5. If you'll give me 5 minutes, I'll do my best to give you a spiritual deep breath to begin your week with. This week's scripture passage finds us in Exodus chapter 32. Moses is doing his best to manage the crowd of pilgrims in the desert, and God seems less than impressed. Listen. The Lord said to Moses, "Go down at once. Your people, whom you brought up out of the land of Egypt, have acted perversely. They've been quick to turn aside from the way that I commanded them. They have cast for themselves an image of a calf and have worshipped it and sacrificed to it and said, 'These are your gods, O Israel, who brought you up out of the land of Egypt.' The Lord said to Moses, 'I have seen this people, how stiff-necked they are. Now let me alone so that my wrath may burn hot against them, and I may consume them. And of you I'll make a great nation.' But Moses implored the Lord his God and said, 'O Lord, why does your wrath burn hot against your people, whom you brought out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand? Why should the Egyptians say it was with evil intent that he brought them out to kill them in the mountains and to consume them from the face of the earth? Turn from your fierce wrath, change your mind, and do not bring disaster on your people. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, your servants, how you swore to them by your own self, saying to them, 'I will multiply your descendants like the stars of heaven. And all this land that I've promised I will give to your descendants, and they shall inherit it forever.' And the Lord changed his mind about the disaster that he planned to bring on his people." It is a common trope of parenthood, which means it may be generally true or only true on sitcoms from the late 1970s, that when a child acts up, that child then belongs to the other parent. I hope you feel like mopping because your child tracked mud all through this kitchen. I don't know why your children feel like money grows on trees. I thought of this habit of handing off a misbehaving child, at least in name, to the other parent as I read the scripture for the week. Neither the Lord nor Moses seems to want to claim responsibility for the stiff-necked people goofing around in the desert. Matter of fact, God seems ready to burn it all down and start over. And here is a surprise, at least for me. I don't know about you, friends, but the first several dozen times I remember experiencing this story, I don't recall hearing the part where God changes his mind about bringing disaster on the people. Matter of fact, until recently, my ears weren't attuned to the several places that we hear of God relenting, changing direction, being bargained with, or changing God's mind. Rather than choosing confusion, I choose to approach this story, all these stories, with curiosity. And I wondered whether what I saw unfolding in this story was the human understanding of the abundance of God's mercy and the steadfastness of God's love, that in the face of such lunk-headedness on the part of this wandering tribe, the mystery that was God was revealed to reach to the lunkheads in a way much less human and much more divine. I wonder whether what I am seeing is a bit of a dismantling of a person-shaped God and a dawning recognition of a God-shaped love that stretches to cover even our most stiff-necked failings. I wonder whether maybe God changing his mind might be a serendipitous moment of clarity, one where humanity lets God be God and is immediately grateful for the letting. Beloved, as you go and go, you will know this. As our perspective changes, God's mercy deepens, God's love stretches more. Thank